Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Media. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and this is Triple N Talk Show. My special guest is Patel, who is multi-faceted, multi-talented. He's an actor, he's a director, he's a producer. So we're going to learn a lot about acting, production, directing, and much more than that, because he's a great community leader also. But Patel, welcome to Triple N Media. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, and that was a great introduction. I guess everything you covered in that introduction.
Yeah.
First of all, let me thank you for inviting here, Dr.
Sure. Yeah.
And I know you are also a good actor, and you acted in a couple of my movies.
Oh, thank you.
And on camera, I'm offering you another role.
Oh, that's great. That's a good way to start.
Good way to start.
Okay, let's start off with, just give a little bit about your background. Where are you from, and what is your, do you have a daytime job? And then we'll get into the acting immediately.
Yes, sir.
You
I
can look into the camera.
I was born and brought up in Mumbai, and in Mumbai, two things is very famous. Like one is Bollywood, another one is cricket, and I was interested in both. So I started acting actually at 7 years old. I was in second grade, and that's where my acting started. But the 5th grade, I was only 10 years old, and I wrote and directed a short skit. It was like about 20-25 minute skit, but that was my first as a writing. Yeah, I was amazed myself.
That's
And
fascinating.
then so since then I've been acting.
So what got you interested in acting even at that such early age?
It was just, I guess, I was pushed into it by my drama teacher in second grade. Yeah, they were doing Ramayan on the stage.
Yeah.
And then they didn't have a character of Bharat. So they just pushed me into it, and it all started, and I started enjoying. So every year, annual function, we used to have annual function in the school. We used to have a Ganpati in the school, and that's where I started my giving my performance, stage performance, dance, and skits, and all that started from that. Yeah.
All the roles you have done, which I have seen, are nowhere close to Bharat's role.
It is not. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about what was your favorite role?
Like you spoke about Bharat's roles, and there nothing is compared to that. My favorite roles are role of villain. So whenever I write and my own script or write my dramas, I always play little negative shade into it, because then you can show the acting. The character actors are actually, you can show more acting into it.
You know, it reminds me, because I'm interested in music and all this, I always pick the sad songs, because that's where all the emotions come into the song.
Absolutely.
You know, all these everyday romantic songs, they don't bring out all that essence of this, the human feelings.
That's correct. Yeah. Yes,
I mean, acting is
it's similar, right? So if you let's say if you're playing there's a difference between star and character actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, stars are stars. Like you can say Amir Khan, Salman Khan, or whatever. They are stars. I don't consider them as an actor. I'm sorry.
It's just natural, I guess.
It's natural.
Plus, they also have the clout.
Yes.
Stardom.
Stardom, yeah. But the character actors are the one who makes this star looks better. You know, the more villainous people you are, the hero will look better, right? If Kansa, what in Ramayana, if Ravan was not that big,
I think it's the Ravan's character that really brought a lot of interest in people's this one, because I say he's mean. We need to get him.
We need to get him, and then Rama can get it.
Rama was like calm
and right, and then when he kills him, that becomes a hero.
Yeah, that is true. So let's talk about. Acting is not for everybody.
No.
I mean, I tried it, but it's not my cup of tea.
You're actually very good at it.
Let's talk about, what is the most important part of acting?
Most important part of acting is, first, I always believe you can go to acting school, Dr. Nick, and you can, in the school, you can learn the nonsense, you can learn the technique, the camera technique, how you face camera, what you can do, how much you walk, what is blocking, but I still believe you cannot teach acting.
I see.
It has to come within. within. That's
Yeah.
what is acting. And
So,
then,
so like, do you get into that character itself, forget about yourself, and then get into that character, like when you talk about villain?
yes. So that is called method acting also.
Yeah,
You know, sometimes then when you're playing a villain, you don't want to associate with people comedy and all that while you're, into that zone. So that zone is important. You have to you have to feel it inside. And I always feel that those kind of roles I've done in movies also lately, and I do on the stage. But then the moment you wear that costume or then you come in characters.
Okay, since you mentioned the stage, let's talk about what's the difference between stage acting and acting behind the camera.
That is my always a favorite thing to tell people. The people who come from stage, their stage is loud. In stage is, more is less, because you want to make sure that 10th or 15th or 20th seat, you have to focus on that and make sure the last seats also have their expression, because you have to be very expressive. Whereas on the camera, you have to be very calm, quiet, your eyes should speak, not too much movement, because if you have too much movement, the camera doesn't like it.
It's almost like background music recording versus performing on a stage.
Performing on the stage, you have to be like loud and this and that,
High
right?
energy.
High energy. Like you just saw my popularity act, right?
Yeah,
that is on the stage, so you're running one to another one, and I know
I had a hard trouble keeping up with my
camera because you are not steady, right? But with the camera, you have certain blocks, and you cannot move beyond this, So. But less is more on camera, because it's like 1,000 times zoom on
magnified.
Yeah. Magnified.
You're absolutely right, because I see that one, because like when I'm recording, just a little scratch can
pick up. Produce, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So,
is there a situation where you think you're doing good and you just bombed?
It happens. It all happens because of the co-star while you are acting, right? Acting is action and reaction.
Yeah.
So if I have a dialogue and you have a dialogue, and if you're not delivering the way I want it, then you fail. At the same time, what happens when we do camera over the shoulder shots?
Yeah.
My face is not seen.
Yeah.
Only they're focusing on you. But then you are depending upon my lines to deliver your line. So that is important. I always tell my co-artist and every actor that when the camera is not on you, you still deliver the dialogue the way it should be delivered in order to bring the best out of the actor who is on focus.
I see. Yeah, that's interesting. Now you talked about action and reaction. Let's talk about what is most important. Is it acting? Is it appearance? Is it dress? Is it the makeup? Is it the delivery? Or is it like lighting and like a lot of makeup? How many things go into
you covered everything. But I would add one factor into that. Whatever you covered, you required everything.
Yeah.
Right. The one thing we need to add is the writing. If we have a good writing, and then if everything is all in order, it enhances the whole movie, whole character, or whole scene. The writing, and follow the director. Because director has a vision of the whole movie.
That's right.
Right? And you are only called for one shot.
Yeah.
And then people try to direct director, which is very wrong. Listen to director. Listen to director.
Absolutely, because the director is looking from the behind the lens.
Yes.
He's seeing the heroine, the side actors, the lighting, and the ambience and everything else, but we are focused on our delivery.
Deliver your lines, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes, in movies, a lot of time happens, you don't know the whole movie. You only know what is it about. But then when you come on the set, you are told that this is your lines and this is what you're going to say.
Yeah.
If it is only one page, you do it there, right there and there. And it's very difficult for actor if they don't know the whole story, what they are doing.
I got so excited, I didn't even know I was having my Air Force cap, so let's keep that on the side for the next rest of the presentation. Okay, let's talk about how do you deliver all these emotions like when nobody's watching you?
Actually, you are on the sets too, and the emotions are something that if you are in the character, it comes automatically. For some, I'm not sure about other. For me, it is like that. That if I know my character, if I'm playing father, and if I have to scold somebody, then I just concentrate on that. Yeah.
So do we have to exaggerate the emotions and feelings for it to show up?
No, it will show up on the camera if you exaggerate.
Yeah,
You just have to show that eyes, and you can deliver with your eyes and voice quality, voice modulation.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm a professional speaker. So when I get on the stage, my focus is on the last person in the audience.
Audience, right?
Can that person hear me?
Hear me. Or can they concentrate?
Can I connect with that person? To me, I mean, that's the one. But in a camera, there's no person.
Yeah, just right. Yeah. And then another thing is you can't even look at the camera in movies. Yeah, you have to look somewhere else, right?
That's right. Or the director.
Yeah. So it's like they always say, if the camera is here, the actors are not used to looking into a camera and speak. They are also always used to looking somewhere else.
Side. Yeah. Because they want to catch the eye.
Yeah,
like
you're
the
not supposed
white's
to.
clear of the eye, so that kind of highlights the face or something like that.
And that's directed tells you're not supposed to look at the camera.
So you have also written, directed, and acted all. Let's talk about writing and directing shows.
Actually, if I'm writing and if it's easier to direct because when I'm writing, I think of what I want, how I want. And then while I'm writing, it always stick to my mind. Oh, this role is good for this, or this, And most time I call them rather than going for auditions. Most of my films,
Is it easier to act than to direct?
It's all about the love of what you love. I've been acting all my years, right? And I started directing last 5 years, I guess, 4 or 5 years. But I've been directing dramas all the way, but movies I started just last 5 years, started directing. And let me tell you that I love directing rather than acting. I think one day it's going to happen in a few years that I'll be just directing and not acting.
Well, you can always use your tools when you like it.
Yes.
If somebody wants to get into acting, where do they start?
Like I said, acting schools are there, but in acting school, it is my belief that you cannot learn about acting. Acting should come within and what you want to portray yourself. But in school, that will definitely help because you learn all the technical things. So when you go on set, it's much easier. You know what is expected. But I have one advice for the new actor is like don't think it's an easy path. It is not easy. It is. And you just follow the director, what director is telling you, or assistant director. They come and tell you, they explain the situation, the scene, listen to them and follow them. One advice I have and I always have a problem is models. Yeah. I know you take a lot of pictures.
That's right, yes.
Models are trained to look at the camera and, all that. So a couple times I had a model, we had casted them. It is very hard time for me to explain them that modeling and movie is two different things. So I always tell them, please come, kore kagaz ki jaisa ho.
Yeah, that's it. So blank.
We will direct you. We will. Yeah. Because I know you guys can give emotions and everything. अभी बोला सुबह ये रात का सीन है, तुम सो गई हो, सुबह उठना है आपको और ये सीन है आपको. So then he says, just ready ho ja, hum log set lagate hain. And when they go and they come with all the heavy makeup, I'm like, do you sleep in this makeup?
I know.
Say, no.
Morning.
But then I need to look good. No, you need to look in character.
Yeah, your
character. Not good.
Yeah, you see, I am fascinated with photography. I've done thousands of pictures of models. They are all so stiff-faced and like a just like what do they call mannequin, because I have taken pictures and I can show it.
Yes,
and they don't have any feelings and emotions. I can like you see in a movie.
Yeah.
Whether it's serious or romantic or even and kind of a comedy, there's nothing. They just.
That's right, yeah. Did you just want to show the clothes? So I request all the models aspiring to be actors, please, come blank. कोरे कागज की तरह ना, we will take care of it, everything.
That is true. You have to start from scratch because
Right.
you have this story and you know how it has to be played out.
Played out, right?
And
yeah.
so you know exactly every word, every line, how it has to transpire.
Right,
And
yeah.
talk about how many takes are done in each scene and who has the time to sit and edit all those and then add audio on top of that.
Yeah, that is the most difficult, and most time I tell actors, I said, if you do bad acting, two things is going to happen. Either one, we will scrap the whole scene, or we will edit in such a way that you only seen this much, and the other person is going to get more focus.
Yeah, but that's even so time consuming.
It is very time consuming.
If you're not getting what you want as a director, it's just...
Yeah, the editing is the worst part. Editors can make and break your movies, so respect your editor too.
I have 2,400 videos on my YouTube channel. Every one of them I have edited. I know it takes me 8-10 minutes to record a recording. It takes me 30 minutes or more to edit because I have to go through every word, and cut the pauses. And on the coughing, sneezing, everything. Has to go.
But believe me, sometimes let's say average, if I make 5-minute movie, short movie, which will be my next one, we take about at least 30 hours on editing.
Oh yeah, I can easily see.
It's just a 5 minutes movie. 30
you
hours.
know how much time it has taken to set up this studio.
To set up your studio, right? Right. Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about, do we have to be good at small talk to be an actor? Because I'm not good at small talk. I can get on the stage and say what I have to say and connect with the people, but in a small party or something, I just rather sit in a corner and enjoy music or just watch people or take pictures.
I think everybody has a different way of emoting that, and some actors, I give it up to them how they want to say that dialogue. But it has to be within the character, and the dialogue should say what I'm trying to tell, Because sometimes what happens, there are people who doesn't like what is written, how is written. And I give them liberty to say the way they want to say that line, as long as they are said within the character and what I want from that dialogue.
So what else can a young aspiring actor can do from childhood to get into this role of acting?
Grab all the opportunity that comes your way. Number one, don't be, even as these days after doing 60 movies, Doctor, I still go for about 20 seconds role. And some of my director would agree with me that I stay there 12 hours for 1 minute role. I still do it at this date. So don't be, big shot or something. Be down to earth. And sometimes it's not about the role, it's about your commitment. We need actors who are committed to your project. We can teach a little bit, we can tweak, we can teach, we can tweak. But you have to be dedicated, you have to be nice. And you have to be there on the set from morning to evening. It doesn't take 18-20 hours. Sometimes we shoot for 20 hours straight. Yeah, but you might just be there for like 30 seconds.
That's the thing.
But you stay there. I stay there. Even at this date, I go on set at 8 and come home at 2 a.m. in the morning.
I know. See, and the other aspect of this acting is you're only as good as the last movie or the scene you did, and you don't know what's going to happen.
Yes.
In the next
you don't
movie
know.
or the next job. Or are you going to get the next job?
Next job. And there is so much competition, right?
Yeah.
There are certain roles. Like that's what I tell the models when we take them. I said there is about 30 models waiting for this role, this small role.
Yeah.
So you better, if you are chosen, be there on time. Don't do nakaras and all. Do your work. But most do.
Nowadays it looks like this. A lot of, at least in the Bollywood side, having these muscles, bodybuilding as one of the main features of an actor, whether they act or not, it doesn't matter. What is your take on that?
I think a lot have changed since last few years, Dr. Nikam. And if you look at the body, that body will take you only to certain level or certain movie, you only would get like 4 or 5 movies for that body.
Yeah.
After that, people start expecting acting from you. The content is important.
See, because ordinary people are not like that. You
Not
and
like-
me, I don't have any muscle.
Yeah. I don't
mean,
have
I
height.
can't imagine, being in his place to please a lady or somebody else.
Same here. I mean, I don't get any romantic partner because they're all taller than me. I know, but I think that's why, a lot of non-good-looking people are more successful in movie. I mean, recently, if
Well,
you
that's
look
what I
at
was gonna come to.
Nawazuddin from Paresh Rawal
Yeah.
to, they were not, Om Puri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's why I was going to ask, are the looks the most important aspect, which probably not even the age, I guess.
I don't think so. No, not a looks at all. But there are certain roles that require a particular look.
Yes.
Then yes, yeah. For example, in your case, what happening is stereotyping.
Yeah.
I even offer you rare, and again, it is a doctor role. Right? So, if you want to play a good character role, you don't get chance.
That's true, yeah.
There are also dilemmas like that, right?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
You get branded.
If you're
let's say.
branded, yeah. For a lot of, so many years, I was branded as a comedian actor. So they will only call me when there is a comedy scene. And they didn't take me seriously. So since then, I started doing serious movies. Now everybody calls me. So.
Well, talking about just stereotype and all this, here's a picture of you showing like maybe doing 30 or 50 different scenes.
Scenes, right.
From all the way from Kejriwal to Mahmood,
To Mahmood, to
Bapilari, and even Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, A.K. Hangal.
Yeah, see, that's the beauty of it, because we need to get into different ways. And now how comfortable do you feel getting into these shoes?
It is not easy. It is not easy because in order to come in that character, you have to read them so closely, because the nuances, you have to understand how Bapilari will speak, how he will move compared to Kejriwal or Mahmood in that case, A.K. Hangal. These are the characters that you have to learn, and then you require a right costume for that. So that is important.
I think, I don't know if you have played this role, you should definitely do Narendra Modi role, or even a monologue, or like a speech presentation.
I will try.
Definitely, because when I was in Toastmasters, I gave a presentation of Martin Luther's speech.
Wow, okay.
I have a dream.
I have a dream.
Then like you said, I listened to that like 50 different times, where he pauses, where he stresses, every word I kind of paid attention, and I gave this speech in our Toastmasters club.
Yeah, so whenever I come like as a Bapilari, I don't come and say Namaskar, I always say Namaskar. Yeah. So the nonsense, that's where it starts,
Yeah. And tell us about all these different roles, as where you acted them, and what inspired you, and what it takes to get into the role of somebody like Kejriwal or somebody.
Those are, I like to experiment.
Yeah,
and I experiment on the looks. So I've also done like the singer Jagjit Singh role. I've done it and sung. I've done Apna Pankaj Das also.
Yes,
And then I did one Apna Amol Palekar's. Jab Deen Dhale Aana, Jab Sham. So, but for that, I also work hard on my body. So if I'm playing Amol Palekar, it takes me 1 month, 1.5 months to play Amol Palekar, to make hair look like him.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And also slim down little your body. And then I don't like fake mustache.
Yeah.
So always if I'm playing that role, I always have a real one.
I saw the Kejriwal's mustache.
Kejriwal's mustache. That was a real one.
Very realistic.
Yeah, and I played Ravana too, right?
Is that right?
Yeah, I played Ravana, and then in Mahabharata I played Sakuni Mama.
In fact, I watched one of your videos that's playing Mahmood in that Padosan.
Padosan, yeah. In fact, you are putting on your channel, NNN, and So those nuances, Mahmood is not easy to, those mudras he does, in the face and all, really.
I mean, he's like a perfect character of,
Oh God,
facial expressions, and trying to act like a classical music teacher.
Yeah. And what a character. And then I always love playing that one, Mahmood, Chaturnar and,
Okay, let's say a couple of final thoughts on your acting, and what is your crystal ball saying as in the future?
Actually, I have like 3 more movies on the floor, and I'm working very hard to get it done and shoot and release. One is one we are doing is Dil Ki Nazar Se. So that's where it's a story about a blind man and his friend who has a heart problem. So that is an emotional story about it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
In fact, there's a Shankara Eye Foundation.
I called them actually. I called them.
I think you should come there because I was a MC for the Shankara Eye Foundation, where they raise funds for people with blindness and cataracts and all this. I went through hundreds of videos on YouTube to look at how blind people, and I had created some skits to say how they can close their eyes and try to imagine what is in
the world
you,
right in front of them
on the screen.
So no, I did call Shankara Foundation. I said, I'm making this movie. If you tell me we can show that on December 17, I think they have a...
I know Rajendra Prasad, so I will talk to him.
Please talk to him so I can start shoot and release that day. It will be 5 to 7
Definitely,
minutes.
I will talk to him, and I think that should be fascinating because when you connect real life events with the events that we want to portray, I learned so much about how blind people can assess what is in front of them. Now the technology has come. I just saw 2 days ago where you put on eyeglasses. These eyeglasses can read the text and read it back to you.
Wow. I mean, the technology is going to be helping them.
Absolutely fascinating. Okay, thank you so much, Bud.
Thank you very much, and looking forward to shoot together with Dr.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, and I am Dr. NIK NIKAM from NNN Media, and you have been watching NNN Talk Show. If you would like to be a guest on NNN Talk Show, please send us a message, and we would love to hear from you. We would like you to share your talents, your expertise, and your knowledge with the community. We have more than 500 interviews done just before the COVID hit